new one. This guy's called the Carolina David, so he must be David from Carolina. It looks like he's filming in the back of a van or something, or a camper. I can't quite tell. Maybe this is like a bed. It looks like an RV, maybe. I don't know. These straps give me like RV vibes. Could be anything, I guess. Unveiling the dark truth. Men aren't misogynists, but women misandrist. I'm sure we have a big, bright thinker here thinking that misandry is more primary to our experience than misogyny. Let's see.
What's going on, my brothers and sisters? First off, let me say grace, peace, and mercy be unto you all from Jehovah.
Oh, we found the problem. That was quick. What'd it take? 5 seconds? 5 seconds in. I know that. Hey, I know what the problem is. That is a trucker in a oh, it's a trucker bed. Yeah. Okay, trucker bed. That makes sense. So we got a trucker, Jehovah's Witness. No wonder he thinks women are misandrist. Okie doke.
Or Yahweh our Father,
cool,
Jesus Christ, or Yeshua HaMashiach our Lord, and the Holy Spirit.
Just fucking baked his brain in the womb.
Okay, today, this video is gonna be about
all right, I'm speeding up.
A topic that me and my wife was talking about the other day, and it's basically gonna be dealing with misogyny. What is misogyny? And it's basically, are men really misogynist today? Because I must agree, there was once a time where men were probably misogynist. Like, you know, they probably really hated women. You know what I'm saying? Had a disdain towards women. There probably was once a time when that happened. Not going to deny it. But are there misogynists today?
No.
Reality, yes, it is. But it's not in the way that you think it is. But before I get started, please, make sure you like, share. We need to see the truth about it. Okay. Because I think we've been led down the wrong path. But let's go ahead and jump into it. First off, we're going to start off with these videos that I had ran across. One is from YouTube, where this young woman said this.
Your child needs these.
Why am I getting ads, bro? Am I on the wrong account? Let's switch this account. Here we go.
What's going on, my brothers and sisters?
No, but we're not starting this over. Okay.
Been led down the wrong path. But let's go ahead and jump into it. First off, we're going to start off with these videos that I had ran across. One is from YouTube, where this young woman said this.
Weddings are very sexist and misogynistic.
Yeah, probably. A lot of the people that do them.
Because women would wear white to symbolize that they are pure and ready to be passed off to the next man. Yeah. And the groom waits at the end of the aisle for the bride to be passed off to him by her dad, from one man to the other. Yep. So when I get married, here's how it's going to work. I'll be wearing a purple dress to signify women's power and rights, because that's the color of it. And then I will walk down the aisle with my groom together. And our parents will like be waiting for us at the end, or they'll like walk with us. And we'll each get there at the same time, like equally. And then we'll get married and, you know, live happily ever after. So that's how it's going to work.
Now.
Yeah. I'm not opposed to that.
As you can hear, the young woman basically said that, you know, marriage or weddings is misogynist. Because, you know, the man be at the end waiting on the woman, and the father bring the woman and pass her off from one man to the next. She's going to wear purple because purple means women's empowerment and all that stuff. And everything. And she said it's
and everything. Well, purple is typically associated with like royalty and stuff in the past.
Her wedding is going to be where she walks down the aisle hand in hand with her man to show basically equality, that she is just like the man and the man just like the woman. In a sense, that's basically where she's going.
You're not going to have he's not going to be against this, is he? I feel like I need a 1.3 instead of a 1.25.
Now, I want you to think about something. If weddings are misogynist, then why do men pay so much money?
God damn it. Okay, typically, historically, the bride's parents are supposed to pay for something like that because it's misogynist.
For weddings, when in reality, a man really don't care about a wedding.
Wow. Whoo-wee. So, I mean, I care about my wedding. I think maybe you just are a bad husband. I think your religion has made you a bad husband. You can like your wedding. You can like your wife. You can go to weddings and like them. And I like going to a wedding. This dude hates his wife. You don't think he's a husband? He says he was talking to his wife. He's never been married. He has a wife. He has a ring, and he said his wife earlier. And he's got Jehovah. They have wives. They're wife guys. Well, not wife guys. They're guys with wives. They're guys who own wives.
We just want you. We just care about you, but we give you the wedding because that's what you want.
That is not why the wedding exists.
You want to be shown in the light. You know what I'm saying? Like, because, yes, women go half and half with it, but the majority of the time, men pay for the wedding. And
is he just mad he paid a lot of money for his wedding? I also don't want to pay a lot of money for my wedding. I want a nice wedding. But I don't need, like, I don't know. I feel like the things that people do at weddings are often stupid. So Sarah and I will have probably an affordable wedding. We'll probably get some help, I'm sure. I can't imagine that her side of the family would want me to pay for all of it. But the insecurity, I mean, yeah.
You don't really have to pay for nothing, really. Huh. So it's like, why? How is it misogynist? Because
that's not what misogyny is, man. It's so weird that he thinks like misogyny is like a balancing scale or something. So the reason that men pay for weddings is because men have had the primary access to resources for generations. Does your wife make more money? Do you think that your wife can go have a career and make more money? Probably not as a Jehovah's Witness. Probably think you have to be home, right? Having kids. Oh, no. Here we go. Thanks for following.
Because he's paying for your dress.
Actually, it's oh, no, no.
He's paying for a wedding cake that you want. He paid for your ring. He paid for the honeymoon. He paid, like, basically overall, he's doing what you want him to do. But it's misogynist because he's doing what you want.
This is a terrible take, man. I'm not surprised, though. I mean, he doesn't sound like a guy that's had much, you know. He's a Jehovah's Witness, and he's a trucker. No offense to Jehovah's Witnesses or fuck Jehovah's Witness, actually. Although it's usually not their fault. They're Jehovah's Witnesses. Or truckers, really. But I just, like, they're not the most educated groups of people. And so you could see, like, why this guy wouldn't have a broader perspective on this subject. You know? All offense to Jehovah.
Because, let's be honest. Do a man really want a wedding?
Yes.
Where the glitz and glamour and all of that? No. We don't care about that. Women do.
So it's not... No. Men absolutely care about glitz and glamour shit. They care about how other people perceive them all the time. Absolutely. So it just depends on your taste. I think it's really just a capitalist hellhole situation for me, though. Like, if I didn't need to make money to survive, I would have much easier times buying into the consumerist nonsense.
So it's misogynist because he cares for you.
Nah, that's stupid.
It's misogynist because he wants to please you.
All right, man.
That's misogyny.
Move on to the next
and
one.
Then listen to this other video.
Thank you.
And then we're going to spearhead off of that and look at the definition and everything ourselves.
Right. Not a great opening 5. Maybe it'll get better.
But listen to what this woman said.
Have you ever looked up the definition of a misogynist? I just did for the first time, and it's not what I thought it would be.
Oh, wow. There's some... Why didn't that... How come the salami didn't go off? Is salami broken? What's wrong with our salami? What's happening here? Am I not going to get a salami?
What is wrong with salami?
Never mind. It was just slow. My internet hiccuped or something. 102 biddies. There's something that doesn't make sense to me. Why do all these rightoids only sound normal when you speed them up to almost 1.5, but lefties sound like 80s cocaine guys when at that speed? The real answer is their brains move slower. Right-wingers are dumber. And they just speak slower, and they're just hard to listen to. It's absolutely true.
Misogynist, a person who dislikes...
Ads are brutal today. If only there was a way to get rid of ads.
Or strongly prejudiced against women. It's silly for me to be shocked, but I just always assumed it meant something less extreme. Maybe disrespects or is arrogant towards. Do you know what the opposite of a misogynist is? It's not a feminist, like me and my friends originally thought. It's a whole other word we didn't even know existed. Misandry is the hatred of, contempt for, or prejudice against men. And I hated that word. Because on my worst days, I'm afraid that definition...
I hope you have a fantastic day.
afraid that definition fits me. Pick me.
And it doesn't sound heroic like feminist. It sounds villainous, evil, even. The way misogynist sounds like a predatorial dragon come to devour any female to cross its path. It's embarrassing to count the amount of days I have allowed that dragon to take on its female form inside of my heart.
That's super dumb.
My mouth burns with hatred as I use my words as a flamethrower. I hate men. All men suck. Even the good ones are just pretending. Men are beneath me. The gross part is that...
I hope you will have a fantastic day.
Is this also a Christian? Or a crystal girl? Artistic simplicity, get one to Blaster Master 80.
I hate all women. Women suck. Women are beneath me. Our society would burn him at the stake, myself included. But my culture says it's okay for me to say those types of things. I'm not a villain.
You will
I'm
have a fantastic
hero.
day.
Interesting.
Why you lie and you cheat and you make a bloody fool out of she? Well, I can't see where you're coming from, but I know just what you're running from. Cause what matters ain't the who's baddest, but the one who catch you falling from your ladder when you're feeling like you're feeling now. Doing things just to please your crowd. Well, I love you like the way I love you, and I suffer, but I ain't gonna cut you, cause this ain't no place for no hero. No, this ain't no place for no better man. This ain't no place for no hero to call home.
Go. Do you think he deliberately chose to sing with his Superman shirt? Oh, yeah, of course he did. All right. Let's continue this. Deep emotions and shit. Unveiling the dark truth. We continue. So she just got done being a pick-me and saying that I can't believe saying I hate men is just so bad to say I mean. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the language that people use when they are oppressed by a group and why it's okay to express anger. Well, that pretty much talked about it. It's okay to express anger if you are a member of a repressed group. I would understand why you would become you would be made to be maybe more extreme than you would otherwise. This is virtue signaling, Brianna. This is virtue signaling. Guys. It's just stupid. So when people say I hate men and stuff, it's because of their behavior. And it's like, people saying that I hate women is because of a... Now, here's where it's interesting, because when you say it's not their behavior that causes this, it's like the misogynist, ways. But then, like, I can almost hear, like, the bearing clip. I can't do his accent, but... I mean, it's not about their behavior when I call someone a bitch or something like that. And it's like, man, kind of, but not really at the same time. Because, like, a lot of the stuff that you are calling, that you, like, say, like, even if a woman does, let's say, misbehave, whatever that may be, like, she just has antisocial in some way or another. Like, even, like, the model minority thing is so real for everyone except white men. It's interesting. That, like, any woman that is saying those things, like I hate men, or expressing to you the experience of misogyny very calmly, they are called crazy, they're gaslit, they're called sexist things, whores and shit. It gets crazy, right? They can't even do that. So when the response that they get to them being totally reasonable and explaining to you their treatment is, just crazy stuff, of course they're going to say I hate men, because they hate their experiences with men. They genuinely hate having these experiences.
I'm standing up for myself, for all women. So they'll fuel the fire, and I continue to rage, letting my stored up unforgiveness and pain belittle and set the male species in flames. I hide behind the wrong word, becoming everything I once said I hated about them. Am I pro-woman, or am I really just anti-men?
You're pro-woman if you are, like the reasoning behind your anti-man stance is that we are oppressed by the patriarchy. I mean, that's fucking true. It's lessening its grip, but that's the whole thing, right? That's like what the battle is about, is that last piece of land that these right-wing groups have. I mean, they're literally Custer's last standing their political opinions right now. Like, this is why there's so much loud right-wing pushback. We are entering an age that will be post-religion. We're talking like post-gender, hopefully post-capitalism, if we can make it there. It's just the crazy people keeping us from doing that. But, like, to get rid of these systems that, you know, most people our age and younger don't agree with, takes eroding away the old fucking way stuff used to be, the old system in whatever way that is, you know, making sweeping reforms across everything. Like, it'll take a generation or two before that sorts itself out, but these guys are, I think, fighting a losing battle. The only thing that should give us worry and them hope is that, you know, because of the Republican ability to gerrymander and get into the systemics of our system for so long, they are making it very hard to shake their influence, even though they are in, like, you know, it's like 30% or less, or as extreme as, you know, someone like Rand Paul, for instance, or Ted Cruz. So it's like, we are more aware than we ever have been on this kind of stuff. And anyway, so women are becoming more and more acutely aware of their position in this whole system, which has been thus far essentially property for men to have and abuse. And because we're in, like, essentially the first couple generations of women that have been, like, aware of this en masse. Like, obviously there's been, you know, feminists in the past, but, like, that are really aware of this and really talking about it and have enough systemic power to put the screws on the men that fuck with them, even though it's not always reliable. But if you're a powerful woman, you can really, you know, you can get some stuff done now, which has not always been the case. And so they don't like this power imbalance. And now we have a system where misogynist men like this guy are, you know, they have to look up to women that have more systemic power, and it's uncomfortable.
Now, like I told my wife the other day, I haven't heard the word misogyny and misandry. I never heard the word misandry, but I started hearing the word misogyny, rampantly, because I see, like, the videos that I watch and on TikTok.
See what I mean by educated? This is an issue that we have all throughout America, where we have these religious right-wing people, maybe from the South, almost always from the South, but certainly rural. And it's like, I mean, you know, the cities have problems too, but, like, it's almost always the rural populations that are voting deep red and have these fucking backwards ass beliefs. Kind of by design. Again, the Republicans are anti-education, pro-church for a reason, because they can control that population. Like, it sounds so insidious that it's untrue, but it's not fucking untrue. It's so true. Like, they literally have these people herded into the South in gerrymandered sectors, carefully gerrymandered sectors, specifically to farm their votes, to maintain power, to increase the, you know, Christian right-wing hegemony, or at least to try to propagate it still, even though they're losing that battle overall, just by the population, right? But, you know, they have these strongholds from a systemically corrupt system. So.
But, like she said, she never heard misandry, but it's out there. And I want you to think about something. The definition, let's go to the definition as she read. The definition of misogyny, is the hatred, the contempt for, and the prejudice against women.
Yeah. Dislike, contempt for, or ingrained prejudice against women. So it should say the ingrained prejudice, dislike, or contempt against women. But if you put this third, this guy, he just brain shut off. Yeah, he doesn't know what ingrained prejudice means. He's like, I don't have any ingrained prejudice because it's ingrained, dummy. You don't fucking know what you're doing.
Do men hate women just because they said, hey, you know, women, y'all need to, you know, cover yourselves, man. You're beautiful. Like, you don't have to show your body and stuff like that, because when you show your body, it's going to attract these men. It's going to attract men that can't call you and everything like that. Is that hatred or prejudice towards you?
Prejudice?
No, it's care. Because we as men, we know what we like. Because guess what?
Oh, my God.
Well, I even say, if I see a woman wearing a certain type of yoga pants, like, you're showing your curvature of your body.
Yeah,
and
that's misogyny, dude. You're sexualizing a person's body. Like, your brain is so in the hole here, you just can't even get out of it. That's what I mean, man. They just can't get out of it. They can't understand why sexualizing a woman's body for existing and, like, holding that against her, they can't see why that's fucked up. He's like, what do you mean? That's normal. It's not normal to lose your mind when you see a butt. This can only if you normalized women's bodies existing, you wouldn't have as much of a problem. You just wouldn't. Normalize women being able to have bodies without you having boners. Like, holy shit. Okay. I don't know how to describe this. I'm a horny guy, okay? I'm not like I don't know. I don't like post about it all the time, but like I could fuck, and it's like, are these guys so much more fucking cum-brained than me? Because I feel like it comes up in my head every once in a while, enough to where I'm like, oh, okay, this is like a daily sort of like I have sexual thoughts sort of thing, right? Like, it's not spurred by seeing a random woman. Even if I find her attractive, I can acknowledge that I am attracted to a woman without losing my mind. I'm like, yep, that's an attractive person. I don't have a boner immediately because there's an attractive person in front of me, yoga pants or otherwise. In fact, I have a particular, it's not like a kink or anything, but I appreciate a yoga pant. As a jock boy, many a yoga pant booty situations have come up in my life. I've loved every single one of them, and they're not always sexual, man. Sometimes it's just like someone's working out and they're wearing yoga pants, or they're walking around the house wearing yoga pants. You can even, it's crazy. It's crazy how little aggression you need to show towards someone and their body, even if you feel sexual towards it. Sarah can walk around here and like I flirt with her and stuff, but we have rapport. But like, we have a little rapport, Sarah and I. But like she can walk around topless and it's just normal. We're little monkeys. We live in our house. And like sometimes it's like, ooh, you got titties out or whatever. But like most of the time it's just like we're just people. We're just people hanging out. We're friends. We talk. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know how you guys are so fucking weird. Religion has fucked your brains up. That's just what it is. Like, I just don't have this stuff in me. The only thing that I really differ in upbringing from people ask why I'm so different. I genuinely think part of it is like, going to be the chemistry of who I am. But I think a large portion is just that I wasn't fucked up by this. I just wasn't fucked up by religion. And crazy.
I'm calm, and I can keep calm. But a lot of men are like, we gon' especially looking. We gonna look. Even me, I look because I'm seeing what I like. Men love women. We love women. So we
don't love women. You don't. You over-sexualize their bodies because you're repressed. That's what you do. You over-sexualize them. There are hotties. Okay? You better believe I'm out here fucking. I'm not having sex. I'm fucking. Okay? I'm still less obsessed. It's crazy. They lose their minds.
See what we love? It catches our eye. Just like women loves purses. Women love jewelry.
Women loves purses the way I like butts. I don't think so, man.
Women love, the clothing. When you see clothes, purses, and everything, you look. Same thing with men. So we don't hate you. We love you. That's why we tell you, it's not cool for you. You might need to change what you wear because what you wear attracts men. Or if a man be like, because matter of fact, it's another video. I'm gonna just put it in this video. I'm gonna put it up in here somewhere.
What makes a man misogynistic?
When he cares about your body count way too much. When he tells you can't go to other frats. When he's a mommy's boy.
Yeah, those are yes.
But even in the other video, it says that misogyny is when a man questions your body count, or if a man
bro. Yes.
Tells you that you shouldn't be sleeping with multiple men.
Yes. That's correct. 7 views. Holy shit, I could absolutely talk to this guy. Smiley face. You're wrong about this. This is really stupid. All
right.
What makes a man misogynistic?
When he
How is that misogyny?
How is it misogyny? How is it misogyny to care a lot about how much sex she's having without you? I don't know. Why is that psychotic? Should I care a lot about the sex you're having without me, sir? I care a lot about your sex. When's the last time you had sex? Tell me all about your sex you have. Do you want to talk about your penis with me? Do you want to talk about how fucking blown out your penis is, your little penis is? It's just grinded away on the sides and it just becomes really thin because you have sex with your wife? Slut. You're such a fucking whore, dude. Oh my God, what a fucking whore. I bet you touch yourself when you're on the road and you're thinking pure thoughts. You fucking little dirty. I'm just doming him now on accident. Whoops.
When we're basically telling you, like, overall, you're going to want a husband later on down the line. You might say, yeah, when we're young, we playing around, we having fun, you know, and if
Sarah screaming, please say that stuff to me instead.
A woman say, well, you know, I slept with 20 men.
Okay, I think, straight up, every time they worry about body counts, they are simply jealous that they're not also fucking a lot. That's it. The other part, I mean, it's also misogyny. It's not that it, but like, you know, that's the primary insecurity. They're like, that's a lot. I don't have that much sex.
In fact, I'm gonna put a picture up. Look, this is the offensive and defensive line on a football field.
There they are.
And
it's 22, man.
Are
you a fucking, oh man. Are you a fan of either of these teams, sir? Tough.
One
tough.
person right here beside them.
Couldn't be me, dude.
Now, as you can see, you got you, and then you got 22 men.
Huh?
Does
that's sure is.
that look appealing?
I mean, all at once, some people are into that, but I mean, like, that's not how it works. Getting to know and at least go on a date or two with each of these men, probably, yeah. Could just be a hookup, man. Who knows? Usually the NFL groupie situation is a combination. It depends on kind of what you're doing. Are you just at the club trying to hook up, or are you just, you know, you one of the team girlfriends type things? Yeah, it's just insecurity. Like, he's just upset about fucking. So what if it was, okay, so now do the lingerie. What if the lingerie football team, what if the lingerie Super Bowl happened and then you put me there? Is that desirable? Does that look okay? Shut up. So this is what misogyny is, anyway. Because you would be like, oh yeah, buddy, go get it. You know? She is fucking super tall, though. She can take all those men.
Hey, think about it. Just think about it for a second. One woman to 22 men. It's not that good. Because
Why isn't that good?
Be honest, we're very territorial.
We're very territorial. But it looks like she didn't give a fuck. And it doesn't seem like it worked out. You're territorial. You're losing, man. What do you mean you're territorial? Big dog. Fucking. I'm gonna go pee on my wife. I'm gonna go pee on my wife so the other dogs don't smell her.
Very, you know, especially a lot of men, when they get you, they gonna just treat you like what they think you are. They're gonna dog you out. So if you're getting dogged out by 22 men.
Getting dogged out. You're insecure, bro. You wish you were one of the men dogging. Dogging out. Isn't that dogging? Isn't that like an English porn thing? Dogging out. I don't think dogging out and dogging are the same thing. Bark, bark. There's also a furry component here. True.
When the 23rd man come along, come on, man. Like, let's be honest. Like,
when the 23rd
yes, we might, like me as a man, I don't care about the other men before you.
You literally are saying you do right now. Hello? I don't care about it. I'm just making a big deal about it right now.
You know what I'm saying? But because I'm with you now, you can change. But
you can change? What do you mean change? I'm with you now. What if, can she move on from you? Pick a struggle. Brains don't work.
You should preserve yourself. Now, I want y'all to look at let's look at when misogyny came to play. I looked on Google. I said, when did misogyny become a word? It says in the 17th century. According to the Oxford Dictionary, the English word misogyny was coined in the 17th century from the Greek misos, hatred, plus goonie, whatever woman.
We need to start back further in education than misogyny etymology if this guy's going to get it, though. But we can't, because it's been carved out by a religious belief. I'm surprised. Are Jehovah's Witnesses allowed to Google stuff and be on the internet? They can't even celebrate a fucking holiday, but they can go on the internet and watch TikTok videos?
Word was rarely used until it was popularized by the second wave feminism in the 1970s.
Okay.
So, feminists created the word misogyny.
That's not what that meant. That said. That's not what the words feminist create. Feminists using the word misogyny to describe their experience is not them creating misogyny, man. That's just super dumb.
I mean, if they use the word heavily with them. When did feminism start? The wave formally began at the Seneca Falls Convention in
with a focus on suffrage, which was what?
1848, when 300 men and women rallied to the cause of equality for women. So overall, feminism started in 1848.
That was second wave feminism. Second. Also, feminist movements have been around since forever. I would consider Lysistrata a feminist movement. Lysistrata is it? I can't even remember now. Is it so old that it's Grecian? I think it's Lysis. It's got to be Roman. Could be Grecian, I guess. No, I think it was Grecian. Peloponnesian, yeah. Yeah, it was Peloponnesian. Yep. It's old as shit. Anyway, this is a book written by women. It's a play. And the women tell their husbands not to go to... Here, you can read right here. Lysistrata persuades the women of warring cities to withhold sexual privileges from their husbands and lovers as a means of forcing the men to negotiate peace. A strategy, however, that inflames a battle between the sexes. It's a comedy, but anyway. There's also... that's not TOS. You can show historical nudity pictures. He can't show porn.
Misogyny.
I could show a sex scene in Baldur's Gate.
The word misogyny came into play by the second wave of feminists. Now I want you to look at when dating started, because I tell people, if you really think about
when dating started. Hey, let me ask you a question. During that time, how was the black population's experience with the politics in America? In 1848. I also have another book around here, written around this time, about that particular experience. Anyway, so the reason we have intersection here is because you're experiencing a similar group of people are oppressing both of these groups at the same time. But you're dismissing one of these groups as the women's group from like the right to vote and stuff. It was weird.
Misogyny came into play by the second wave of feminists. Now I want you to look at when dating started, because I tell people, if you really think about it, dating is really not real. It's not lined up with God even. Dating.
Well, God not real. The earliest used to known date
came onto the scene in 1896.
Yeah, okay, so public courtships were definitely a thing prior to 1896, my dude. The word date absolutely is later than that. You think people never fucking hung out in Rome or whatever? You know? You never think two people that liked each other hung out? Prior to 1848?
So basically, when women's rights came into play, because as a matter of fact, I think women's rights came into play around that same 1840s and stuff.
Do you not want women to have rights? Is that flavored at all by your religious belief? What a shock.
So when women's rights came into play, dating happened not too long after. Because I tell people, the Bible, God, and women dating, basically, like women say we having fun when we're young, and then we look for marriage, when we're a little older. That was never of God. Matter of fact, I want y'all to think about something. The Bible is even, in a sense, by their terminology, is a feminist. I mean, it's not feminist. It's misogynist. Because look at what Scripture says. When it comes down to a woman, sleeping with multiple men, it says, for a whore. We use that word today, and they say that's misogynist. For a whore
It is misogynist.
Deep ditch, and a strange woman is a narrow pit.
Yeah. So, yeah, the book's misogynist. Yeah, that's true. Let's look at some other ones. But draw near hither, ye sons of the sorceress, the seed of the adulterer and the whore. There shall be no whore of the daughters of Israel, nor a sodomite of the sons of Israel. Do not prostitute thy daughter, because it's not her choice, it's yours, to cause her to be a whore, lest the land fall to whoredom and the land become full of wickedness. By the way, this language is used to control women when this was contemporary. Yes, this is misogyny. This was central, this belief was central to a lot of the structures and power that were in place, and it was absolutely a control mechanism. Absolutely, 100%. Yeah. Anyway, so your religion is misogynist. That's correct. Yes. Do you think this guy's ever talked to an atheist?
Like, this is the Bible. So basically, women, y'all don't even like God. Y'all don't even like the Bible, do you? Because look at what the Scripture says about a harlot. Basically, is a whore. Look at Ezekiel 16:28. You have played the whore also with the Assyrians, because you was unsatiable. Yes, you have played the harlot with them, and yet could not be satisfied.
In Ezekiel? So this isn't about women. This is about a woman and like a group of people.
So a woman, this scripture talking about Israel and stuff, but when a woman plays the harlot and plays the whore, and they just sleeping. I'm just having fun. You're not satisfied.
That's, well, first of all, you should be more satisfying than, I wouldn't go to the same restaurant every day, but I would visit it a lot more often if it satisfied me. You feel me? So, yeah, men are like a taco. Actually, men are more like, for me, something rich and decadent, but also shitty. Men are like a big Buford at rallies. You don't want all of them or even most of them, but every once in a while, you go by a rallies and you're like, you know what? This one might work out.
My corn is so moist that it's
and
actually
sometimes you
dripping.
get a good one. Some men are like a sloppy Jose. That's right.
But then, when you look to be satisfied, which is when you look to be a wife and look for a husband, now body count shouldn't matter. Like, that's misogynist to ask a woman and say that a woman shouldn't have a certain body count.
Here are the top 3.
There was an ad. I think that's good. I think that's good. Just kidding. We're gonna watch the rest of it.
What's going on, my brothers and sisters? Should they look at the word misandry? Mm-hmm. It's basically...
Yes? Are you still on that video? Yeah. I was going to finish it. Do you have a word? He's on misandry. I'll talk to you after.
Okay. The same thing as misogyny, but it's the hatred toward men. And as you heard the women say in that video, I heard a lot of women say today, I hate men. Men ain't S. Men, like they always kept calling a woman. Like, men are
I hate men.
Bad men. You know what I'm saying? Like, I heard a lot of women say the stuff that lines up with what misandry is versus men saying the things that lines up with misogyny.
Yeah, man, I think you're really sensitive about this. I think you said you were talking about it with your wife. Sounds like she maybe called you a misogynist. Yeah, you're wrong. This is stupid. You're dumb. You have this wrong. You've been misled by your religion for sure, by the way.
Even the woman said it in the video. It's approved. It's okay for a woman to say,
You had to go search for a token woman to appeal to your specific thing, and you ate out of her fucking hands. What do you mean? She curated that content specifically for you to slurp it up like a dummy. Even that woman, shut up.
I hate men. I wish men could die. If men could die off the earth and we'll be fine. I heard women say this. That's not misandry. That's okay for you to say.
Yeah, man. We don't have a great track record. I think that we could use some of the men we have, but most of the men we have are not worth it. I'm straight up. I haven't met a lot of men that I think are like worth it, and they're fucking built that way from the ground up by how we bring them up. It's not like they're fault inherently, but like the ones we have, you already damn grew them, man. We grew these men already. They already exist. We just have to we have to raise our kids better in the future and make sure we don't have little psychos running around.
Because we as men, we be like, hey, it is what it is. That's how she feel. We don't care that you say it, but just as soon as a man say something along the lines of,
We don't care
like,
that you say it.
even if a man be like, hey, a husband be like, hey, you know, I was worried when you was out with your friends that you would be okay. We're not saying that you can't defend yourself and take up for yourself. It's just that we know how the world is. Yes, you was doing things before you was with us, but it's like now that you with us, we want to try to protect you at all costs.
So there's a really big difference between like giving someone a hard time for going out without you and like just talking to them about your love and worry for them, you know? We know how men are. It's crazy to acknowledge that men are abusive and can't be trusted, but not when women express it.
Who would die for you? So ladies, I want y'all to understand. Misogyny, the real misogynist, if you want to be honest, the real misogynist is the people that are of the LGBT community.
Just out of fucking nowhere. Dumbest ass, man. Just fucking random, out of nowhere, last minute of the video. Who fucking cares?
The ones that don't want to be with women. The gay men that be fighting women. The gay men that call you the gay men that call you cisgender women.
Are you a cisgendered woman? You are then.
The real misogyny is what's going on today when they actually take away calling you mothers and they call you birthing parents. The real misogyny is when they say a woman is whatever you feel it to be. The real misogyny is when they take a woman off pads because they hate you.
Pads? They take her off of pads? Am I missing something? What's that mean?
That's the real misogynist. We as men, we love you. That's why we fight for you.
We love you. That's why I acknowledge that men are overall quite violent and evil towards women, which is why I acknowledge that you cannot trust them, and even you going outside with your shins showing sends me into a fucking maniacal tizzy.
Even when you look within when feminism came on, it said 300 men fought with you to give you rights.
300 men. Of the 300 people that were at this event, some of them were men.
So how can we hate you when we do stuff to help you and support you?
You're not helping or supporting. Other men, better men, are helping and supporting them. You are not one of them. Don't take credit for stuff other men do. Classic man thing. Classic man thing. Taking credit for somebody else's accomplishment. Put that on the Dave Bingo. Taking credit for somebody else's accomplishment.
Anyway, I love y'all. Y'all have a blessed, peaceful day. Peace. What's going on?
I don't know what Jehovah's Witnesses say to leave, but see, man. I don't remember that guy's David. He not a bright guy. This is not a good video. That has 12 views. It had 7 when I started.
What's going on, my brothers?
My 13th view. Now it has 13 views, and it's for me clicking around. I think it's like 4 of those views are mine. Stolen valor. Big stolen valor moment. These men are not are not doing a great job.